Hello and welcome back. Today we're playing as Armenia in Victoria 3, which you need to release from Russia in order to play as. We are kind of setting a new goal for ourselves here, where we are going to try and micromanage the clout of our interest groups. So we have 4 powerful interest groups, which have over 20% clout. That's going to be the Industrialists, the Petite Bourgeoisie, the Trade Unionists, and the Intelligentsia, which of course is going to be a little bit difficult because the Petite Bourgeoisie traditionally is kind of at odds with the Industrialists and the Trade Unions, so we'll see if we can get this done. We can generate a little bit more authority here because we are encouraging road maintenance in the capital, so let's stop doing that. I didn't realize you could do 2 decrees at once, but we are doing that. Which, now let's take a look at the infrastructure. We're using 91 of that. So we will kick the railway to the top. We'll kick these to the bottom so they don't finish before the railway. That textile mill will. It's unavoidable. Which will make our businesses a little... It's going to be a little painful, right? Actually, let's encourage the the road maintenance for now. But once we finish that railroad, we're going to swap over. And then we will be trying to pass some laws. We're going to need a lot of authority to make this work, because we are going to need to suppress and bolster pretty proactively. So let's see what we can do. Now, I think we have in government the Trade Unionists, which we kind of want to do a couple laws from. So let's take a look at what we can do with them. So we do want to get rid of child labor. We can't yet. We already passed proportional taxation, which is good. We do want to go total separation. Okay, let's do that. And then we're kind of at an inflection point where we want to increase the military, but we really can't afford it at this current juncture. And so we're just going to have to sit on this. Our standard of living is going up. We might want to throttle that a little bit, because if we zoom out, take a look at our standard of living, it is much bigger than Russia, who we are siphoning off pops from. So let's do that to kind of throttle the increase in our standard of living, and we will get more migration attraction. Perfect. We're fine with momentum to the Free Trade Party, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so we would love for the heir apparent. He's from the church. It's kind of unfortunate. So one reason we want to go presidential republic is because we would like to start... So we want to have in government someone who is not landowners. But then we kind of want to go presidential republic and then switch back to monarchy once we get someone else in office. Which we might try and do that little maneuver. Now, we're about to finish the railroad here. At which point we will remove the decree, because we do not long-term want that decree. And I think we were planning on making the rural folk powerful, but we don't want to do that anymore. We want to try for the petite bourgeoisie. We want to try for the difficult one. So we're going to suppress the military for now. We're about to get finished here. And we do want a deficit spend, but we have to be careful. We're getting quite a bit of investment pool transfer right now because our industries are really profitable. But if they start... Our economy is very vulnerable because it's very small. And so, like, if we have severe hiccups here, it's going to be... We're going to have problems over here. So we don't quite want to go that way yet. We did finish the manufacturing, so let's get rid of the decree for road maintenance. So now we should be fine in this regard. Using 99 of 101, we are kind of not fine. So let's do this. And then we want to get this furniture to the back of the queue. I guess, let's see how we're doing here. Okay. We eventually want shipyards here, so we'll build one of there. And we'll set it to auto-expand and reinforced wooden ships and military shipbuilding. And then we'll expand in Hokkaido. I guess some of the iron mines? And we'll put these at the front of the queue. That way we don't have infrastructure things finishing in the... Or so we have the railroad finishing kind of early. Now let's go into... What are we running a shortage of here? Yeah, I think it's the explosives. Can't get the explosives thing to come off the ground, really. Having trouble, not sure exactly how we're supposed to do this. I think the problem is, even with the explosives, our iron mine is not profitable. Maybe if we add rails? Kind of gonna have to figure out how to make that work. We get total separation. Can we afford this bureaucracy hit? No, we can't. Or can we? I think we just finished a government admin. We kind of want to make these guys happy, so let's let them overtake the administration. And yeah, you are currently finishing one, so we'll kick that to the top of the queue, so it'll be one of the early finishes, and then the railway will move up, so it's still in the queue. We are going to have to clear out some authority. We kind of want the petite bourgeoisie to get stronger here, because we're trying to get all these over 40, so we will take the hit to these guys being happy, but now we are getting decreased loan interest rate, which is good for our deficit spending, because we are paying less interest on these loans. The Liberal Party wins. So what we are going to do, I think we actually want to swap. Let's reform the government. And we could do this. We could also do this. Let's do this because we want to try and develop some loyalists. But we're probably not going to pass any laws if we're doing that. So I guess we got to think kind of short-term what laws we want. We really want to... Ooh. We had our pacifist die, it looks like. And we got a jingoist instead. So we're going to be switching to pro-army. I think we also want to switch to private schools, which... Yeah, let's do this. And switch to private schools, which are going to empower the intelligentsia, and once we have, you know, over 20% average standard of living, it's actually going to give more education access. Actually, though, so here's the thing. We might go ethno-state here and make use of the public schools giving assimilation, because we want the authority to micromanage stuff. So actually, let's not do this. Let's do this instead. Are they both jingoist? Wild. We have jingoist. Fantastic. The trade unionists are really unhappy. I guess they do not like the law we're currently passing, so... Yeah, they are not happy at all. They are very much not happy with the pro-army swap, but we do want that. So we could get more loyalists. I think we... What is the minimum? Yeah, we're easily meeting the minimum, so we're gonna do that. Try and generate a little bit more loyalists here. Radicals are coming down. We're trying to throttle right now a little bit. The degree to which this is going up, because it's already kind of high enough for us to get a lot of migration. Can we... How's our authority looking? So we can... We can pull off one of these. Let's pull off suppressing armed forces and add a consumption tax on tea, I guess. And let's take a look and try and use our diplomacy, diplomatic actions. Let's improve relations with Russia and France and Prussia. We are going to want to go after the Ottomans as soon as we can declare another interest, which we can't yet. We're kind of waiting on our La Plata colony to finish. I don't think we can afford to expand the military enough that we can gain another interest immediately, but Maybe once we get professional army, we do expand the military a little bit here. We are paying for military goods. I guess we could come off of that because we're not going to war in an immediate fashion, and it doesn't stimmy our economy. Nor will our military really be like what's winning the war, so let's go development and get off of these. Oh, I didn't realize we start off with line infantry there at the start of the game. Bad on me, I guess. But now that we're not paying that, that should help the economy a little bit. We don't have any like military production ourselves, so it's not stimulating our demand really in a way that we would want. Now let's look at how these iron mines are doing in Hokkaido. They are demanding the boom booms, but they are employing, which might be to some degree on the back of colonial exploitation. And the fact that the starting wage in here is going to be lower. Ooh. Gonna need one of those. We don't mind deficit spending, but we have to be a little bit careful. Pro army doesn't hit on the first try. It's a little unfortunate. Just a little unfortunate, not super unfortunate. Standard of living's still doing good despite us increasing taxes, which is nice. And loyalists are increasing, these are coming down. Let's see, let's look at the reasons. Standard of living, okay, fair. Also standard of living, fair. Primary driver here. Kind of gonna try and keep it a little bit stable here. A big reason why we can have a high standard of living is because we are getting a large throughput bonus overall on our buildings. We'd love to get the trade unions happy again with us. We must bring the killer to justice. So now we're in a deficit. We'll go electricity here. We are trying to get the achievement for getting monarchy and electricity at the same time as well. Probably got what we're going to achieve this run. Why can you not employ? Come on. Is fertilizer... whatever. Is fertilizer maybe not expensive enough? Swap this over. And wherever it's profitable, we're going to swap over to... well, actually, let's do it a little bit slowly. We did get rotary valve engine here. This will increase the available labor in all of our places, which are not, like, fully employed everywhere anyways. Oh no, we're going to fund a larger investigation. We can afford the authority hit right now. Construction center throughput is very nice. We do not want the malice on the approval, so we'll keep the children on off the factory floor. And we will try and look for where we can expand. Let's go. So that's 4. So that'll bring us up to 120. So we can do 2 more. Before we need a rail. Let's switch you over rotary valve engine. Our investment pool transfer is shrunk. I think it's a large part of that is trying to press the professional army is making the trade unionists not very happy with us, and we lost the bonus and of this, which is making our businesses less competitive. But we really do want pro army, so Gonna want to get rid of child labor. Probably go for that in terms of the tech we need next. Isolated. Buenos Aires is isolated, but we also don't have anything there, so that's fine. Let's get rid of these unproductive trade routes. And then try and import more iron, which is a huge part of our expenses. Most of our construction goods are in iron, so... Speaking of, eventually, in the medium to long term, we're gonna want... well, we're fine. We're gonna want to build... I was gonna say we're gonna want to build more steel, but we're already not too profitable on that. These will auto-expand... a little bit. We will see. Gonna want these places to specialize in terms of arable land. For the longest time I didn't realize that arable land also gave the throughput bonus. I was just so focused on industrializing, but... So... we do want them to specialize. I guess I don't hate... This is so not profitable at all. I mean, these would be better. It's interesting that it goes shopkeepers, which is petite bourgeoisie. But they're not owning the building. Oh, it's also quite a bit of industrialist. Okay, fair enough. How do we get you happy again? So we could decrease taxes at some point, but we're fine running this deficit, but we don't want to... Gotta be careful about that, so we can't decrease taxes now. Really don't like running taxes at very high because you can't increase them further. So as we start to make more money, we're going to look to decrease taxes one notch and get this up just a little bit. Let's take a look at our institutions. Expand colonial affairs. Are we currently suppressing an interest group? We're not, but we can be if we wanted to. We would just have to take off the trade unionists. Why don't we suppress the armed forces? These guys are mad at us anyways, so we don't want them becoming powerful right now. But we are trying to get the petite bourgeoisie, trade unionists, industrialists, and intelligentsia all at above 20% clout and happy with us, which is... I mean, I guess in theory you kind of eventually want like parliamentary republic with that. Let's take a look. So census suffrage gives us +1 government size allowance, but so does wealth voting. So we probably want to stay on wealth voting, but government clout versus... Yeah, if any of these had +2 government size allowance, we would be all about that. But they don't. You just cannot for the life of you employ. It's really just because these businesses are just so much... The average wage is 35, and what's the average wage here? 17. Yeah, you just can't swing it. Well, we can swing it in Hokkaido here, where now it looks like it is stimmying the boom booms enough that maybe we could turn on more boom booms. It's going to take 30 more explosives. Can we even... Our explosives aren't productive. It's coming from somewhere else in the Russian economy. Let's take a look at the boom boom prices, though. Let's get rid of this trade route. They're nearly capped. And it's from exports. do that. Yeah, I just can't quite swing it yet. I'm gonna do this. Decrease the amount we're paying in subsidies, which are for the railways. As you increase demand for rails, it will decrease the subsidies. That's unfortunate. Gonna switch all these to rails now. Yeah, not enough demand for fertilizer, I think, is the problem. But we don't want to be driving that demand. I guess we could export fertilizer? Oh my god. My brain. I didn't even think of this. If we had eyes, we could see it better. So export it to the Qing market. Maybe they're currently not using fertilizer? Yeah, we are losing money because our businesses aren't profitable and we are not getting a large investment pool transfer. Yeah, it's only 7K. And we gotta make these more profitable. Would really love to make these guys happy with us again for the 10% throughput bonus. Also, we're not a fan of this construction efficiency decrease, but having a little bit of difficulty with this. We need political agitation to outlaw dissent. God, going back up this is going to be so painful because we're going to make Intelligentsia super pissed. We might do it slowly. Probably going to need to go fascism to make this work. I'm not sure if it's going to be worth the trade-off, but... Our economy is... just like... super weird, like, inflection point type thing. Once the cash reserve completes, then we'll start getting more investment pool transfer. Yikes. I need to increase this more. Actually, we don't. Just need to delete a trade route. God, we're importing tools. Oh wow. We're also exporting iron. Let's get rid of these. Really not a fan of this trade route here that Russia made. But our importing iron to make it cheaper is not going to do anything for us when they're exporting iron. We had something change. Someone died. Well, the one nice thing about being legitimate is we are not running a malice for Oppo group approval, considering, you know, we have the petite bourgeoisie and the trade unionists in the Oppo, and we're trying to make both these guys powerful. I'm not sure why I guess because we have a monarch. It's the reason why we can't do that, or why these guys are still in here, but we'd rather they not be. Be a lot cooler if they weren't. Looks like our investment pool transfer is finally starting to tick up a bit, which is why we are running a... Oh no, we're also not constructing as much as we could be. There we go, that's about right. Got 9 more in the queue, so we can up this a little bit, some of this stuff. The chem plants are not doing too good. We're importing tools, so in theory we could get this up. And domestically produce the tools, just the wood is expensive. That doesn't look right. That won't make money. I'm just saying it because it's not fully employed. Okay. It's lying to us. Let's set these on auto expand. How are we doing on the tech? Electrical generation coming up soon. I think you don't get the throughput bonus. Wait, actually I think they changed it so you get the encouraged manufacturing throughput bonus on electricity. You didn't used to. Man, I really want to be able to decrease this. We're just not at that point. Wages are expensive. If we expand the military, we might get another declare interest. I mean, currently we're kind of waiting for this colony to finish, right? But we could also stop colonizing in Sakhalin, which would make the other one progress faster. Overall, our colonization rate's never going to be too terribly good because our pop's not very big. Can increase an institution. Just a weird situation. I think we're gonna actually want to go presidential republican and back to monarchy once we get electricity, once we turn the lights on. It's kind of a weird situation. I think we're gonna eventually want this port in Buenos Aires, so we'll just build it now. And then we want to specialize in just one thing. So I think we're going to do livestock ranches in Buenos Aires, and we will put them on auto expand. We'll do this. And we will put the port at the front of the queue. And let's take care of Sakhalin as well. We want to do livestock there. Put that at the front of the queue. Have those all auto-expanding. We are starting to get some investment pool transfer. It's because job creators got activated, probably. Giving us quite a big bump on that. They are happy with us. Intelligentsia is still happy. Petite bourgeoisie almost happy. Trade union is unhappy. Armed forces happy. We want to keep the armed forces above 5%, so we don't want to completely suppress them, but let's see if we can recruit a general that's a petite bourgeoisie, which would be fantastic. Nope, still those two interest groups. We don't want to bolster them at all, so we're going to stay off of it. I think we can decrease the taxes now. Which will stimulate the economy a bit, which will raise standard of living, which will increase our expenses. So this is going to be a little bit uncomfortable. But it is the direction we want to go here. It's also going to increase legitimacy, which is quite nice. So we're almost in righteous government territory. So I guess maybe we don't need to come off of monarchy at all. Just do monarchy, wealth voting, and then outlaw dissent and ethno-state. The Armenian ethno-state coming at you. Yeah, getting a good amount of approval rating from here. Alright, so let's just take a quick look. Let's get off this view and just see what our throughput bonus will be. Yeah, so we'll get the encouraged manufacturing bonus, so we will want to expand there. Now, how much infrastructure do you have? You got quite a bit. So we'll put a couple of these at the front of the queue. And we're going to look to turn the lights on in just a moment. I think we do want to be able to go ethno-state type stuff. So what did we want? Mutual funds we also want. We could go labor movement. It is nat spreading to us. Let's just hold on to it right now. I guess we want pan-nationalism. Where is... Shift work's gonna be nice. It's not spreading to us anyways, though. And we want to do society tech right now while the Intelligentsia is happy with us and giving a huge bonus. Trade Unionists is also happy with us, though, so we can go that route as well. Why are you so happy with us? Oh, professional army. Fair enough. We could go culture. Ooh. The Industrialists support this. Why is that? We're gonna do it, but why do you support it right now? Interesting. So we're gonna start going back up the ramp. And this will help us get a bunch of authority to try and make this 20% on all the groups happen or work. Gonna start bolstering the petite bourgeoisie in a second here. Actually, let's do it now. I think what we want to switch to is we also want to switch to elected bureaucrats. So bolstering the petite bourgeoisie will help facilitate that. Elected bureaucrats is a little bit better and will also kind of help us keep the petite bourgeoisie at 20% so we can deficit spend and get their bonus. Fitting to catch these hands. I don't think we can, yeah. We'll keep them off the factory floor. At some point we do want to get the trade unions back in government and try and get rid of this. Looks like everyone would be happy with this right now. No one opposes it, because we have, I guess because we have a reformer in the Industrialist. Which is kind of nice. So maybe we just take one tick of this and then try and switch. Even though it's pretty effective. We are siphoning off a lot of pops from Russia here. Let's take a look if we can declare another interest. I don't think we can, nope. We would have to expand our military if we wanted to. Free Trade Party wins. So, I think we just want to cruise with this legitimate thing now that we have this reformer, because we will be able to get compulsory primary school off of the back of this guy. I don't think we have the law for it yet. Are we researching the law right now? Yeah, we are. So this will be big. And then we can go... Probably mutual funds next, actually. And then steel frame buildings. Well, I don't think we can turn those on yet, but eventually. Did decrease the taxes a little bit. Gonna look in general to decrease the taxes and put in more consumption taxes if we can make those profitable. I think we're gonna make this place specialize in tea. When we get cultural exclusion, we're gonna auto expand the tea. And we will just try and get rid of... Oh, we can't do this because we need human rights. Okay, we'll do restricted child labor, which will make interest groups happy with us that we want happy with us. So now the trade unions are getting us manufacturing industries throughput, which is going to make our economy go brr. This is going to kick things up quite a bit here. And we'll also go mutual funds. See, the problem with going mutual funds, though, is I think that the industrialists are going to get too powerful relative to the other groups we're trying to empower. And so it might be hard to keep them all kind of where we want. But when we go outlawed dissent, it should kick up a little bit. I don't know, we'll see. We can put in another consumption tax. I think this is fine to do. And we're just going to let this tick for a while. I know we want to kind of deficit spend in as a general heuristic, but we do want to swap over to steel frame buildings pretty soon. So I don't think we can afford to build more construction at this point. And also, we need to start creating a demand for the electricity that we have. So let's put on... Can we turn on the streetlights? This should give us the achievement. Electricity should be fairly expensive now. And you are going to need some more of these. So it's quite a lot in there now. I actually do want the railroad finishing before a couple of these. Now we're starting to need, I think we are going to need more more of these babies. Let's take a look at the approval rating. We are trying to kind of micromanage this. It's very nice we have Intelligentsia, those guys, these guys, these guys. At some point, we might need to suppress the industrialists if we pull them out of government. It used to be the case that you couldn't suppress a group that was powerful, but now you can. They just have to not be in government, I believe is the requirement. Can we declare another interest? No. I mean, I guess we can take off the interest here. Let's just do that. We should have done this forever ago. Because once we have a territory here, we can expand there more, and then we just need to get Russia's help in that endeavor. I'm gonna save before we start this war, but almost certainly, yikes. Well, we wanted the trade unions to get stronger and the armed forces to get weaker, so we're going to take this. That sort of movement is more important to us. Trying to keep the armed forces above 5% so they don't become marginalized, but below, as low as possible, but above 5%. We do want the landowners out of here, but I think we have to switch monarchs for that to work. We don't have a shortage of electricity, which I thought we were going to. I don't know why we haven't gotten the achievement for turning the lights on yet, but okay. Our achievement's disabled because we released played as. Let's take a look. Achievements are available. And have electrical streetlights in all states while being an autocracy. Oh, we need to be an autocracy, not a monarchy. Okay. Well, I don't think we can get that now. Local migration attraction. Yeah, it's gonna be too hard for us to switch back to autocracy. I don't think that's gonna be a thing for us. So we could switch off presidential republic eventually when we want. So we have a theocrat and a pacifist. We are fine with either of those guys dying, so we're gonna let them fight. And we're gonna turn on PMs that use power because apparently power is cheap. This will make more wood, so we're just going to use it even though it says it's not productive. The boom booms are still not booming. Unfortunate. Now there's a shortage of electricity, but this should drive employment here, right? Come on, please. Bueller. Let's take a look at our approval. We really love to get the trade unionists up another 5%. Intelligentsia drop lower. That's not ideal. We really want that migration attraction bonus. And they're in danger of dropping below 20%, so... Trade unionists also drop, unfortunate. We do want the throughput bonus, so we're going to take off of... We're going to stop bolstering here. And we're going to start bolstering the Intelligentsia, trying to keep them above 20%. Because the trade unionists are at above 20% now. They are happy again. We might suppress the armed forces next. Actually, suppressing the armed forces will drive everyone up who's not armed forces, and everyone's kind of close to that 20% threshold, so we'll do that. Let's take a look and see if we can use our Diplo. Oh yes, we can go after them now. I think we would prefer to have the coastal state, but this state is going to give us an adjacency to them. We're going to need to save first because we do need Russia's help for this. So if for whatever reason they're protective and unwilling to help us, which they ought not to be, this won't be doable. I really wish you could tell more ahead of time. Ooh, maybe they're not because they're already involved in a conflict. We'll see. Children, what children? We'll just do this because that group's already like so marginalized it doesn't matter anyways. Could just go after Eastern Thrace. That would be kind of a wild play, but they do have, I think, some... No bonuses. Let's see if there's any place with bonuses that we particularly want. Nope. So we're gonna go after Zernum, I think. Although we can only conquer one state, because once we get Russia involved, they take over the war. So maybe we just want that because it has the most population. We can start this play against Egypt immediately. Why don't we go after Azernum? And then... Please, sir, will you help us? Which treaty port do we want to give them? Let's give one that's not too ugly. Oh, you didn't, maybe? Russia should be more than happy. We're not gonna raise anyone. Although we will check, I suppose. If we can recruit a general that is from an interest group we want, which we don't. Russia sides with Russia, good on them. Suppression's quite effective when we have censorship. It's not driving this above 20% yet. I guess we can do a little bit of this action to increase it as well. This is largely on the back of the investment pool transfer increasing, which a big part of why that's increasing or getting better, I believe. I think we have plenty of happiness on the Industrialists, so we'll take this, which is going to give us another 2. We would really love to get up to 20. We might start suppressing the Industrialists soon here. If we had a bunch of extra authority, that's actually what we would do to try and drive up the petite bourgeoisie and the Liberal Party. To try and play this juggling thing, which is a little bit of an interesting situation. We've been going for... How long have we been going for here? Because we can't get the achievement now anyways. Okay. Just checking the time. Healer. Why Russia? Why you no send troops? Well, we are defending with just kind of the natural defender guys, but those are not... we might reload, because Russia was supposed to send troops, but they aren't going to with that other front active, I guess. The conscripts should be defending as well, though, but... somehow we're winning on the defense here. Again, we cannot currently recruit a general that we would want. I guess I think the armed forces is so happy with us though that we could recruit and then fire one of their guys. Let's stop suppressing them and start suppress. Oh, we can't suppress these guys because they're in government. So we'll bolster these. So we are gonna want to put them in gov soon here. All right, Russia's getting in there now. Perfect. They figured it out. Thought we might have to bird. Yeah, we should be able to win this war, but we'll see. Rousing speech. We already have a pretty good chance, and we would love this guy to become a little bit more... Actually, he's already pretty in there. We can suppress him, though, because he's outside of government, in order to bolster the other 4 groups a little bit. Kind of a little bit ready to... Once this industrialist is not on here, we might switch racial segregation. Don't quite want to make him mad. Little juggling and maneuvering, but eventually we'll get a fascist, and then we'll, I think, kind of take off a little bit. We got a nihilist here, though. Interesting. These guys are almost happy enough with us. Shame living is creeping up. Again, it's already sufficiently high that we're going to attract pops from Russia, but Russia is starting to come up as well, so they're having a little bit of come up themselves. Credit where credit's due. Alright, so which group do we want? I think we go trade unionists. because we can suppress them because they're out of the government right now. And we might start suppressing them soon. Trying to get the petite bourgeoisie over 20% to double their bonus. Although the loan interest rate's not too useful right now, so let's stop bolstering and start suppressing. I mean, they're just barely above 25%. Do we really want to? No, let's bolster. I think we are going to want to spend more money here, though. Trade unionist bonus is very strong. Let's just do this. Maybe some of this. Yeah, I like this. I like this plan. Because we are going to be switching to steel frame pretty soon here. At any rate. The investment pool is growing. It's good to know. So it's like we're making 30k, even though it says 17k. You can kind of want to think of it as this number plus this number is the amount you're really making. Can decrease taxes a little bit. We just decreased taxes, but this isn't coming up that much. Would that put us over? No, it would not put us over into super legitimate, but it would put us... We also, I think next election cycle, we're going to swap Intelligentsia for petite bourgeoisie. So that we can start going, you know, the more xenophobic stuff. Popular playwright. Let's get this prestige on. And that actually takes us to another level. So now we can get more declared interest. So we can finally do this. Nah, Great Britain already got that one. That's unfortunate. I guess we're gonna go in here instead for colonization efforts. And these two schools should finish, which will give more jobs to the secular academia, so we'll get more academics, which are primarily intelligentsia, so hopefully that empowers them a little bit. We're trying to get them back above 20%, so we get, you know, better society tech cost. Why are you guys still powerful? Is it ticking? I could have sworn the required clout for powerful is 20%, so maybe it requires a little bit. Oh, it's above 18%, so they changed this, so that's very nice. That'll make it much easier for us to get 4 guys above that level. Right now, we're going to want to swap petite bourgeoisie for liberals and then switch to elected bureaucrats, so kind of okay with them getting weak right now. I think we can increase institutions here. We have a lot of excess of this. I think health system is not very good. So we'll just do this. Because we're getting most of our pops not through birth rate, but through just migration attraction. How are you doing? You're going to need more infrastructure soon. You're actually going to need it real soon. Let's do this. Investment pool is no longer growing, so this is how much we're making. It's very keen on getting mutual funds. Keen on making these guys powerful too. It's for the loan interest rate mainly. Should be easy to keep these guys happy as well, because we're gonna go like super xenophobic. Nice. Russia pushes in. See if they added any war goals. Subjugate Greece. Puppet Jabal. Yeah. Kind of keen on just taking the loyalists here. For the overall approval, now you see trade units are above this, so now we're getting workforce ratio. Don't have propagandists, which is kind of what we were hoping for, but we are also, yeah, we have most of the tier 2 happy with you things. Quite nice here. Unfortunately, we can't make peace early. We would love to just only have this on the peace deal. Guess we could increase this another tick. And now we can switch everything to publicly traded. Let's start on the steel frame buildings first. It looks like it is not spreading, but this is something we really want, so we'll just get started on it right away. And let's switch everything over to publicly traded. I know I didn't mention it too much, but as a general heuristic, we want to be building most of our rural agricultural stuff more in our colonies than our main area, because we don't want to contribute to landowner clout. Do have to get off of... Nice. They only get the treaty port, which is fantastic. Generally, this will make the buildings less profitable, but increases the number of capitalists, which will increase overall the investment pool contribution. Now that we have Azernum, let's take a look at integrating these guys. I think we maybe want to delete these barracks. Maybe we can keep them for now. Gonna need to swap over PMs a little bit. We just swapped over PMs in a bunch of places. And then we are going to want to probably incorporate you. 2 years, yeah, that's going to cost quite a bit of bureaucracy though. So what we will do is we will start expanding the government administrations a little bit. And then we will go... Let's also make sure that the PMs are where we want them, which they're not. Don't need to pay for military yet, but we can take a look. If we have 15 or more approval with the armed forces, we're actually just going to hire the armed forces guy and then we're going to fire him. So we can get this guy now. We'll retire you. Sorry, you'll get -2 approval rating. That will decay over the course of some years. But let's see if we can get an interest group that we want. Trade unionists, perfect. And now that will give more clout to the interest groups we care about. A little bit of micromanagement here. We are going to start suppressing these guys soon. Armed forces are not giving us the bigger bonus, but this is okay. We're going to switch off here. Well, no, we're going to keep bolstering them. But generally, suppressions are more effective. Actually, we're almost not legitimate. Could decrease taxes here. Standard of living did drop quite a bit. How much infrastructure do we have here? A little bit extra. What will we want to build here? Maybe something that we currently don't have. Well, I think we have everything. Do we have paper in here? Ah, no propel. And we'll take a look at this development here. Social Democratic Party. The petite bourgeoisie wants to join the Liberal Party. Let's see what this would do. Yeah. Landowners want to join the Free Trade Party. Don't like the landowners wanting to join the Free Trade Party. We'll reset everything and then take a look later. Crusade for Change. Do we want them to win? I suppose we don't mind them winning, so we'll add momentum to their party. Yeah, when we reform the government, it is going to get a little awkward up in here because the way that people want to join various groups. Now, what are you running a shortage of? Rails? No, electricity. We finally restrict child labor. Let's also maybe make electricity here. And we could go into laws. We are going to want to wait for the election to finish, and then we're going to put the petite bourgeoisie in government somewhere so that we can pass some stuff. And we can maybe even start a war with Egypt. We certainly don't have a lot of infamy, so it could take us. Alright, how do you feel about us, Russia? You like us? Now, why can't we start a diplo play? Oh, because we're still technically fighting Greece and this other guy? But, that's for Russia to figure out. But we are still technically at war. Let's do this and this. Set these on auto-expand as well. Not going to expand this, because we generally want to expand in unincorporated territories first. We are going to see about establishing colonies, though. Let's see. Collabs we can do. I think I actually like going for more of this down here to try and provoke Mapuche into having a native uprising against us. Fine with the academics getting a little bit of political strength. That'll be actually nice for us. We don't want to decrease the approval of the trade unions. In case the trade unions win, we're actually going to stop bolstering and we're going to suppress... Why can't we suppress you? Oh, we don't have enough authority. We're going to take off this. And now we're going to suppress you. The Free Trade Party wins again. Okay, fair enough. Still going to suppress these guys. The Liberals are having struggled to stay above 18% for the max bonus. We might want to start actually paying for decent military stuff, I think. I know we just swapped off of it, but... Oop, it's going to be here. So if we do spark a native uprising, we're going to need... Well, we can just swap PMs and put defensive lines in and then eventually push. That'll be fine. We don't need to swap anything. This is coming down. Steel frame are going to be finished soon, so I think... Alright, let's take a look at our infrastructure issues, maybe? Or lack thereof. Yeah. Don't have any infrastructure issues, but we're currently not doing super hot. Russia is expanding their market. They're pretty strong now. Alright, now let's go for some of... I think we could use some pan-nationalism. Also maybe want to decrease military wages here. We can reform the government here. The Free Trade Party won. So we can't do this because they want to join the Liberal Party. And these guys want to join the free trade parties. So this is what we would have to do if we want to have the government. The petite bourgeoisie in government, unfortunately. So we're not going to do that. But it is making us a little harder for us to kind of move towards racial segregation, ethno-state type of laws. Let's take a quick look at the tech again. I know we are researching pan-nationalism. Civilizing mission would be okay, actually, as well. Let's go civilizing mission instead. See if we are staying above 18% with the Liberal Party. Yeah, we are now. Because as the trade unionists get weaker, it strengthens all the other ones. So, it also... Suppression is more efficient. So I guess we will want to be switching between suppressing trade unions and our armed forces as a general heuristic. I think we can start incorporating now. Maybe. Yep, we can. We are going to need more government admin, though. Let's see if we have not enough taxes anywhere. Nope, it's not the case. You only have one government admin. You have none, so we'll make one here. And then we will take a look overseas at what we are doing. I think we have, yeah, so can build a livestock ranch here, I guess. Set you on auto expand. Also sulfur mine. And you are our first sulfur mine ever, so we can set all the stuff. Since you are adjacent to a place with a port, you should be fine. Spain becomes a protectorate of France. Interesting development there. Standard of living is dropping. That is largely on the back of us gaining more territory. A little bit of incorporation pain. You know, we do have quite a bit of radicalism from that as well. I think we are managing to stay... we are losing our +10 bonuses, actually. And these guys want to join the Liberal Party. Unfortunately, we can't, like, we can't swap anything unless they join the parties that they want. I really don't think the petite bourgeoisie long-term will be part of the Liberal Party. I think that the reason why is because that they have the ideology of a nihilist. And once they come off this, they're not going to want to be in the Liberal Party. So hopefully this guy dies soon. Let's take a look at what we can use our diplomacy for. Let's improve relations with these boyos. Guess they don't hate Brazil liking us? I don't know. Can't declare a war yet. Russia's gonna see their way out of this soon, though. Nice, unlocks vacuum canning. I think that we don't have the oil for it, though, so there's that. I think we can swap over maybe one of these construction centers. Is there a construction center here? No, there's not. We finally get rid of the Ripper. That'll be nice. Yikes, 20k. Well, we do want a deficit spend. Let's go for it. And we get a ton of extra authorities, so we're going to use that to suppress or to bolster these guys. And now we can construct a whole lot more. We might have to start using our shift button here. Armenia and Mendoza. Wait, when did this? Okay, well, whatever. So I think we are trying to make it so that we are just building one good in some of these territories. We're gonna have more opportunities for dyes than sugar in general, so we're gonna auto expand here. Set the rail, set you to publicly traded. With friends like these. Okay. The powerful clout that the trade unions hold has become a menacing presence over our government. One of the agents suggested a less conventional solution. The door has been left open without anyone noticing until one sprints. Excuse me, a soothing voice announces, carefully picking them up. I hope my visit doesn't disrupt your government affairs. However, it has been observed that the trade unions are in desperate need of a little guidance towards the righteous path that will help them, both them and us. We don't want them to be super weak, though, is here's the thing. We just want them to be a little weak. I'm not sure how we're supposed to handle this event. We have not gotten this event chain before, because we don't do a lot of suppressing normally. But I do want to go fascist. But somehow still keep the trade unions strong. Well, let's just see what this event chain looks like. They want our guidance. We will take a little exploration. We are, of course, now deficit spending quite a bit. Alright, let's see what we get. That doesn't seem particularly moral. We don't want to decrease the approval, so we're just going to do this and get some approval on our Industrialists, which we're more than happy with. We do want these guys to get... We want their guy to die, though. Let's get these auto-expanding as well. All the fishing wharves and the logging camps. Okay, cool. And the coal mines and these. Don't think we want the, do we want the T to expand? Maybe we do. Actually, let's turn it off, because it can only expand in native territories. Alright. Now, that should be good. Standard of living should be creeping back up. We do want to kind of get some more loyalists here. We do eventually want free trade. Who do we make mad? The trade unions and the rural folk. We could go regulatory bodies to make them happy, though. This makes the industrialists unhappy. Does this make the industrialists happy? It does. So maybe we can go free trade into protected bodies, or whatever they're called. Let's do that. So let's go free trade first, because I don't want to lose the industrialist bonus. Which is going to hurt our economy in the short term, but this will be fine. Bureaucracy problem, you say? Where has low market access? Hokkaido, okay. Oop, that's not what I wanted. I wanted this. There we go. A little flat here on their standard of living. Everything's going quite nicely here. Eventually Russia's gonna end this war. It seems like they're not landing Greece or the other guy, so it's just gonna end kind of a little bit. I think, though, that we're gonna call this an episode. We have done some expansion, we passed a couple laws, and we are now shifting gears towards ethno-state as kind of our thing, but we have been really focused on trying to make, you know, 4 interest groups powerful and happy with us, which is kind of an interesting sort of thing that we haven't done before. To like really focus on getting these bonuses as much as possible. Let's get rid of this and start on this. Oh, not that one. But kind of trying to make use of secret police here, and try and make secret police be a bit good. I still think guaranteed libs is better, but we're gonna go secret police, and then we're going to go ethno-state, and then we are going to lean on public schools having assimilation rate in order to assimilate some of these pops so that they're not discriminated against. And so hopefully this will be a bit nice. But yeah, we also discovered we couldn't get the achievement because we have to be on autocracy, not monarchy is the important one. Although I think we're just going to stay on monarchy because it's going to be very difficult for us to swap back to monarchy. We'll see, though. Maybe if we start getting the fascists, it'll be easier for us to, like, kind of regress in this regard and go autocracy, monarchy, this type of thing. Anyways, hope you enjoyed. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and have a good one.